Hello, friend. How are you today? Welcome to the Web Development Online Course Module 3. My name is Ayo Essien, your facilitator. Today we'll be looking at getting your domain name, hosting account, as well as installing WordPress. In the previous module, I emphasized or I explained why we need to use WordPress, and I made mention of the fact that WordPress has to be installed on a server for you to be able to use it. Now, we said from the last class that you cannot get your own server, hence the need for you to subscribe to a hosting account, and they would provide for you a server that you can use to upload your files and install WordPress or any other CMS you might want to use. Alright, so I'll be explaining how the process goes, and I will be practically showing you how you can implement them yourself. Okay, so the first thing you do is to choose your preferred domain name. For example, you own a company called Michael's Fashion. Then you would need to have a domain name as www.michaelfashions.com. Alright, your domain name could be a .com if it's a commercial site, and it also could be a .org if it's a organization or a site that is a non-profit. We also have various type of extensions. When I say extension for domain name, I mean .com or .ng or .org, .tv, .net, a couple of them. But what determines the choice of your domain name extension is your type of website. If you are doing online TV, you should use a .tv, or also what also determines your choice is your line of business. Okay, if you are into blogging and all, .com would be a good choice for you. You could also use .org if you are a non-profit or a church or something like that. So that is how it's being done. You first decide the domain name you want to use, then you subscribe to a hosting company. A hosting company is a company that provides hosting accounts, servers for you to for us to use to host our web documents or to install CMS on them. So the one I will be using for this course is called WooGoHost.com. WooGoHost.com. It's a very efficient hosting company. I've used them a couple of times. I'm pleased with the services. All right, then you from in WooGoHost.com, you then need to search for the availability of your domain name. All right, because you might choose a name and the name is not or has already been chosen by someone else. That is, someone else is using that name, because no two individuals can use one domain name. Your domain name is unique to you and you alone. All right, so you search if the name is available. If it's available, you can now apply for the name. The name application will gonna cost you, I think WooGoHost charges 3,000 naira for a .com, 3,000 or 3,005. We're going to check it in a while and we'll see how much it goes for. Then after that, you will then also apply for hosting. It's always usually at the same time, but sometimes people just secure domain name and without hosting, and they get to use it later on. But if you're building your site, why you just get the both, because you can build a site without a hosting account. You might have a domain name, you can just keep it there somewhere. When you're ready to build a site, you get your hosting. But if you're ready to build your site, at the point where you are purchasing your domain name, you should add hosting account to your purchase as well. Then on making the order for both domain name and hosting account, after you have paid, you would be sent a mail by Google Hosts, and the mail will contain login details to your cPanel of the domain name. In this example, I'm going to be using Chiliadi Productions. All right, it's a website that I worked on initially, but I want to do a redesign with WordPress while I'll be explaining to you how that is being done. All right, so you check your mail, your cPanel login will be there. And what cPanel is simply means control panel. It is the control panel for your server. You get, so you remember you have been given hosting account, so you need to configure it, and to have access to that server space you've been given or hosting account, you need a cPanel to be able to do that. So accessing your cPanel gives you the ability to then begin to configure it. I'm going to show you the cPanel in a short while, and after that is done, you can now install WordPress. All right, so that's basically what we're going to be doing, and I will just quickly show you how to get it done. And I believe you will practice it, because you need to practice it so that we can go ahead with this course. All right, so the first step is to go to Google Hosts now, and that is the domain name for Google Hosts, and it opens up in a bit. All right, so this is Google Hosts. Most times people go from here and begin to search for the domain, but I usually advise you create an account first if you don't have an account. So you click on the My Account bar just at the top right, top bar there. I already have an account, so I'll be using my account. But if you don't have an account with Google Host, you can go here, you click on accounts, and you see register, and you click on register and create an account with them. All right, so since I already have an account, I will just go right in to my Google Host account, and it should be up in a bit. Okay, yes, and this is my account. All right, so we're going to search now. If you have, you remember I said your first thing is to write down or decide on the domain that you want to use. Then you search for its availability here. You click on this domain search button here, or link here rather, and this comes down, and you can search for the domain, the availability of the domain. You're trying to check if it is available for you to use, which is simply, is someone using it already or not. If someone is, you can't use it. If someone is not, you can use it. So let's put in Chiliadi Production. I have already gotten Chiliadi Production, so it would not be available. All right, Chiliadi Productions. Sorry, there's how you put it. I don't think you put www. Okay, you just put the name Chiliadi Production.com. All right, Chiliadi Production, of course, will be available. Remember, I said productions, Chiliadi Productions, because I'm already going to be using Chiliadi Production. So let's assume I want to do a fresh search, and this is Chiliadi Production, not Shons. So this should be available for me to use. It's going to run the search for a while, and okay, it's still loading. It's actually checking now. Chiliadi Production, checking. This shouldn't take too much of a time. All right, so it says here, congratulations, it is available. So I can use this. All right, I can use this to as my domain name. No one is using it, so I go ahead and make an order for it. So I continue. Remember, this is simply a demo. What we'll be using is Chiliati Productions, not production, but I'm doing this to show you how it's being done. All right, so you just continue. So this has already mean you've gotten domain already. You've sorted out what domain domain name requirements. Now what's left is hosting account. So Google Host brings up a pop-up that says, do you know hosting on this Chiliati production? Do you need hosting? You get, if you need hosting, you click to add hosting, but if you don't, you can continue without adding hosting. But of course, you need hosting. Yeah, there's no point. If you're building your website now, you should have hosting alongside your domain name. So you click to add hosting, and it will give you various hosting plans that Google Host currently runs. They have the different hosting plans, and each of them have a special size of the disk space and other features that is quite very nice. Okay, of course the bigger plans have bigger properties, bigger facilities, and bigger features. But as a starter, you could start with the 1 gig plan, which is simply ideal for very low traffic sites. It comes with a 1 gig web space. That is, you are being given, an hosting account is a space on a server, so you're getting given a size, either in megabytes or in gigabytes. So this is 1 gig. 1 gig disk space, pretty good. Most of your web document doesn't really take that much. WordPress is pretty small. It doesn't use up to 50 MB to install and configure and all. Maybe 50, less than that. Then your bandwidth is 4 gig. Right, so this is the number of the volume of data that can access your website. So once it's exhausted, you might not be able to reach more people. So if you have so many traffic coming in that is exceeding 4 gig, your website will not be able to serve those other guys. So which is pretty cool for a starter. 4 gig should be able to cover quite a lot of people for your small site for now. As you grow bigger, you get a bigger bandwidth size. All right, so you have unlimited emails. That's custom emails. You've seen emails such as like mine, ayo@webedge.com.ng. That's my email, personal custom email. So you have unlimited. You can create unlimited emails. Then SQL database, PHP is there. It's pretty cool. So let's choose this. We order for a 1 gig Aspire hosting account with Google Host. All right, so simply this is how it's done. Very simple, straightforward. And you have, you added hosting. It's going to still ask you again, should we use this chiliatiproduction.com? You confirm. Please remember, this is just an example. I'm not going to get this domain, but I'm showing you how you could get it. All right, I already have Chiliati Productions, that's with an S there, .com, which we will be using. So using this, and you wait for a pretty little while, and it should give you this and all the summary and all that. So it's 3.5 for the hosting. So you should be able to get that done. Then the domain name is 3,000, which puts everything at 6,000 naira 5, which is pretty cool. You continue. It's asking you if you need is it 1 year hosting? You need that. Do you need ID production? I don't. All right, so that sums it all up to how much now? All right, 6.5. So 6.5, you get your hosting and domain name just like that. So if you check out, you'll see an option where you need to put in your credit card and pay for that particular plan. So let's assume I checked out Okay, yeah, after checking out, it'll need you to do some things, confirm your billing address and all that, and your mode of payment. All right, so there are several ways you could pay. You want to pay with QuickTeller, you just click here and you complete order. You want to pay with PayPal, you have a PayPal account, you click here and complete order. All right, so I'm completing this order, so I'm going to stop here on this. So you complete the order and get your hosting. What's the next thing? Okay, on completion of order, you will be sent your cPanel login details to the domain name you have just purchased. And you know, this example is for Chiliadi Production. So since I will be using Chiliadi Production, I'll be using Chiliadi Productions. I would now head over to my email where they will send me the hosting details for Chiliadi Productions. So I will show you how to install WordPress there. All right, so let's head over to my email and I will show you the hosting details for Chiliadi Production. This comes when you have paid for your hosting. About after like 12, 10, less than 10 hours, you will get the email. All right, yes, this is my email, hosting details for Chiliadi Productions from Google Host. The mail says, please print this message for your records. Please read this mail in full. If you have requested a domain during sign up, we'll register this domain, blah 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 blah. A lot of story, but the keyword here is domain is this, username is this, and there is a password. I don't want you to see that. Okay, let me just show you. I'll change it later. Okay, we have password, we have hosting package, blah blah blah, then so many other things. So you just need to take your password, your username and password. All right, I closed it. I'll change it much later. All right, okay, so now we have our hosting account and all the details given to us. So now we go to our cPanel so we can install WordPress. All right, how do I get to cPanel? I go to www.Chiliadi Productions, which is the domain I just purchased alongside a hosting account, and I put a backward slash there and the cPanel. I type in cPanel. Yep, then I enter it. All right, so trying to access the back end. cPanel is usually referred to as back end or admin area of your hosting account. Different terminologies for cPanel. All right, then your username is there, the password is already there. All right, then you log into your cPanel. Now let's see how cPanel looks like. Oh wow, I so love my internet, so fast. All right, so this is the cPanel for this for this wonderful website we're going to be redesigning. I'll be showing you how to design using this. All right, so these are all the stuff you see in your cPanel, file manager, images and all that. You get these are databases, you can configure them, email. This is where you create email accounts. I'll show you how to do that in subsequent tutorials. Then what we're looking out for is Softaculous. Sorry, Softaculous. Yeah. You look for this and you see WordPress. So you simply click on the WordPress. We want to install WordPress now. This is the last thing we'll be doing for this module, and I hope we have not exhausted our time. So all right, then you go ahead and install. How do you want to install it? This is off. Choose protocol, HTTP, of course, domain on your domain indirectly. You don't want to install in any directory, so you click that out. Then WordPress, okay, my blog, you leave this, we'll change that later. Admin, okay, admin, this is your username, password. All right, and you can go ahead and install WordPress. Choose a theme, ignore that. Okay, we'll not choose password. You can say Chiliadi Productions. I'll change all this so you guys want to access my back end, right? Chiliadi Productions, just the name is the password. All right, and admin is the username. Then you go ahead and click on install. So you check if, then you see this, of course it shows a hello world, and it means WordPress has been successfully installed. When you see this pop up, when you go to the URL, the domain name, now it has WordPress. Then you want to access the cPanel. I mean the back end of WordPress to configure WordPress. Remember I said that WordPress is a platform. It's a content management platform, in software. So you have to have a back end of the WordPress. This is the front end, the design view. The back end is where you do your editing and you put your content. So how do we access the back end of WordPress? You put chiliadiproductions.com/wp-admin. All right, dash admin, and that will be it. So I apologize, this video was to be just for 15 minutes, but it's got longer than that, but I guess it's worth the time. So but subsequent ones will not be up to 15 minutes. I had installed WordPress earlier on this, don't mind me, but I believe you got the gist. So I'm just going to paste the password for that here, and I will show you how back end of WordPress looks like, or the WordPress site looks like. So you log into it and you would find the back end of this WordPress. Amazing. All right, this is the back end. This is WordPress, and it's from this back end of the WordPress, not cPanel, now we'll begin to do some amazing designs. All right, so that is the end of this module. If you have any questions, you can mail it to ayo@webedge.com.ng, webedge.com.ng. Yes, that is my email. Or you can leave your comment at the comment section, your questions at the comment section of the web of this platform. And please, when leaving a comment, I want you to put your name after the end of the comment, so I will know who is asking a question. Thank you so much for listening. I want you to please try this out, practice it, and if you find any challenge, you can chat me up, you could send me a mail, and I will be on the lookout to help you out. All right, so thank you so much and have a great week. Next module should come up in the next 48 hours. Bye bye.